welcome back to my channel. My name's Georgia. I hope you're well. Today we have a video I'm very excited for. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I thought it would be fun to have a little bookish day together. Life has been so hectic recently. Me and James have literally been non-stop over the past like 2 months, and we've got a day off. We've got a day off, so he's got some games he wants to play. I've got some bookish stuff I want to do. So that is the plan, but we are going to start our day off actually going book shopping together, which I always love. So we're actually going to go to Bradford, and we're going to go to the Waterstones in Bradford, which I am so excited about. I still haven't been, which feels criminal at this point. Everybody has been to the gorgeous Waterstones in Bradford, and I just haven't done it yet. So I am very excited for that. And then I also will then obviously show you the haul if I do get any books while I'm there. There's a couple of books that I'm looking for. I want to get The Daughter of No World because I know that that's out now. And I would also like to get a copy of Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I've got Bride here. I read that last month, so I really want to pick up the new one. And then I also want to update my series tracker as well. But I also want to go through my bookshelves and unhaul some books I just know I'm not going to read. There's definitely some on here that I just know I'm not going to pick up. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go book shopping. I'll give you my haul. We're going to unhaul some books, and I'm also going to update my series tracker because I haven't updated that since I made it, which was in like August. So there's going to be a lot to update on there. So that's the plan, but I'm going to start off with doing some book shopping, which I am so excited about. So let's go to the Waterstones in Bradford. We're back and we have done some damage, so let's go through the books I bought while I was there. I didn't get many clips while I was there, but I never usually do when I'm out, but it was quite busy, to be honest. It is stunning. Let me just start by saying, though, like, oh my god, the videos and things I've seen of it don't even do it justice. Like, it is the most gorgeous Waterstones I have ever seen. It's basically in like a church. Like, it is stunning. I mean, you've seen the clips. It's gorgeous. I was actually mind blown. Like, we were walking up to it and I was like, that can't be a Waterstones. That can't be right. Then you go inside and it is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, I have done a bit of damage. I have bought quite a few books, but let's just go through them together. So I'm going to start with some books that weren't on my list, but they had like quite a big buy one get one half price section with some really good books on there. So I definitely took advantage of that. I got the Into the Darkness series. Into the Darkness? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Into the Darkness novels. These are by Nevessa Allen. So I've got Lights Out and I've got Caught Up. Now I think book 3 of this comes out in March next year, so I wanted to, you know, jump on the bandwagon and get there before book 3 comes out, and I am very excited about both of these. I was looking at them in the shop and I was talking to like this lady who was also just looking at that bit, and she said that she's read them and she absolutely loved them, but like they are dark. Like this is the trigger warning page. It's like got 2 full lists. They are definitely dark. I'm hoping they're a bit like Butcher and Blackbird was. I read that recently and really enjoyed that. So I'm hoping they are sort of similar. So it's like, yeah, stalker rom-coms. So it's not serial killers, it's stalkers, but there's a similar sort of rom-com-y vibe, which I loved. I absolutely devoured Butcher and Blackbird, so I'm hoping to enjoy these just as much. That is my hope. And yes, I've never read anything by this author, and yes, I bought them both anyway. Did you expect anything less? Let's be honest. And then also on the buy one get one half price was Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I did not expect this to be on there with it literally having just come out. This is book 2 to Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and it follows some of the side characters in that, and I really wanted to jump on this quite quickly, and this was on my list of books I wanted to get today, so tick. But I definitely want to read this sooner rather than later while I've still got Bride sort of fresh in my mind. And then obviously, because this one was on the buy one get one half price, I may as well get another book. So I then also got Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I I've seen a few people read this and really enjoy it, but I haven't actually read what it was about. So I was reading the back of the book whilst I was in there, and it sounds so interesting. So our main male character is the ghost of Christmas past. Now, I am a very big fan of A Muppet's Christmas Carol, so I am definitely looking forward to giving this one a go. It sounds like such an interesting read. So he's like intends to spend his holiday season exactly like every other, haunting the terrible people in his aimless existence as the ghost of Christmas past. And then we have Harriet. So he's assigned to her, but he's very confused because she's not like his usual sort of people. So I'm not entirely sure, but I don't want to read too much about it, but I'm intrigued to see what this one is like. I've not read anything by B.K. Borison before, but I definitely want to read some of her books. I've heard amazing things about First Time Caller, and I definitely want to read that this year. I also managed to tick off the other book that I was looking for while I was there. So this is Daughter of No Worlds, which is book one in this series. Very much excited about this series. I've heard amazing things. I really liked the old covers, but the new covers are growing on me. And then look at the sprayed edges. Like, is that not just the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen? Like, it's absolutely stunning. The detail on those edges are insane. But I am very excited for this one. I've read a couple of books by this author and really like her writing style, so I'm looking forward to seeing what I think about this series in particular. An absolute steal. I'm so happy I managed to get my hands on this one. It is absolutely gorgeous. And then finally, I managed to get my hands on the Grim and Oro Special Edition book. This is like a Lightlark series novella. So it's two novellas in one book, but it's like this really clever design where you have both novellas in the same book. So if you take the case off, this is the artwork you have on the book. So you've got Oro on one side and Grim on the other, and then the sprayed edges sort of like switch from one to the other. Like, it's absolutely stunning. So halfway through the book, you flip it. The end page art as well is just absolutely stunning. But I also don't know when in the series I'm supposed to read this, because I've heard some people say that you read it after book 3 and some people say that you read it after book 4. So I'm not entirely sure when I'm supposed to read this book, if I'm completely honest with you. So that's my little haul. I was very controlled and very strict. I didn't want to buy too much just because I have to move all of these books eventually, and I'm not fancying moving any more than I have to. So that was it. I was good. I only got 6 books while I was there, which is good work on my part. That is good for me. That is a good effort. So we're actually going to go and get some dinner now, and then I will continue on with our little bookish day. So James is going to play games and I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to sort out my books. So I definitely want to go through and unhaul some books next, just so that when I update my series tracker I can take them off as well. But there's definitely a few I'm on the fence with and a few that I'm pretty set on. I'm going to make some dinner and then I will come back and we will unhaul some books. I've just had some dinner, but before I sit down and do my little unhaul with you guys, I'm going to show you this. I have already opened this one. It arrived on a day where I was feeling sad, so I just opened it, not on camera. So if you don't want the spoilers of the Fairy Loot, just skip. Let me just give the box to Freya before she skins me alive. This is probably the book that I have been most like about and not been immediately like, oh my god, that sounds amazing. And I don't really know why either. So this is the book. It is absolutely gorgeous. I really like the design on this one. So this is called Savage Blooms. And it's by S.T. Gibson. I've never read anything by this author. You can't even see it. Like, the gold confuses my camera so much. And then it's the same on the back as well. And the sprayed edges are super pretty. Let me hide my face. Like, they're really cute. And I don't know. It just doesn't sort of like wow me like the others have. Like, the description of it doesn't like suck me in as much as they usually do. And then that's the naked hardcover. Again, it is absolutely gorgeous. I really like the design for this one. And then the illustrated end pages again are gorgeous. This is the original, like, sort of, what's it called? Cover? I don't know. And I will just quickly attempt to read you what this is about. Freya will literally sit and shout at me if I don't give her the box. But then I give her the box and she just makes a lot of noise with it. So it says, Wuthering Heights meets The Cruel Prince in this Celtic-inspired erotic fantasy romance from Sunday Times bestseller S.T. Gibson. Can you hear her? This is why I don't give her boxes. The description of this book then, it just says, for as long as Adam can remember, the legends passed down from his world-travelling grandfather have called him to the crumbling manor of the Highlands. His closest friend Nicola longs for the same adventure, as well as for Adam himself. She'll follow him just about anywhere, even to the remote wilds of Scotland, if it pushes the pair to surrender to their shared attractions. But when a storm strikes and strands them unexpectedly, Adam and Nicola find themselves at the mercy of an eccentric owner of an infamous house, Eileen, as well as her brooding groundskeeper, Finlay. Trapped by the weather and bound by ancient fairy magic, Nicola and Adam get more than they bargained for as they become entangled in Eileen and Finlay's world of mind games, deceit, and forbidden desires. As ancestral sins are unearthed, Adam and Nicola will have to reckon with the spell Eileen and Finlay have cast over them and whether or not they want to be free. So I don't know, it sounds like a very, very spicy one. When you read the back of the card, it does say, in love with his best friend, Adam takes Nicola to Scotland under the guise of searching for a mythical cave, hoping to finally confess his feelings. Stranded by a storm, they're drawn to the world of desires, mind game, and ancient magic. So yeah, I don't know what it is about this one, but I'm not like, oh my god, about it like I have been with some of the other ones. But I'm still going to read it, I'm still keeping it, I still want to get around to it at some point. It definitely sounds like a spicy one, so if I'm ever in the mood for something spicy, I might gravitate towards this. But there's definitely some of the fairy loots that I want to read first. So this is going to take its place next to Metal Slinger. I do keep them in order of how I got them. So this is literally back from my first fairy loot all the way to last month. So we keep them in order. So that is my fairy loot for this month. I'm now going to go and do my own haul. So I'm going to move everything else out of this room and out of the way so I can put you as far back as possible so you can see as much of my bookshelves. And then we'll go through a shelf at a time and unhaul any books I don't think I'm going to get to. We're going to go through each of my shelves and de-haul some of these books because I know for a fact not all of them are staying. Now, first of all, 2 empty shelves. This shelf here has become my sort of TBR for the month shelf. Any books that are going in videos, any books that are on my physical TBR for the month go on here. This used to have decorative pieces on. They have currently been packed away. I'm going to go through. I'm not going to find the books that I've bought at Forever Home either. Again, there is no point. I do want to sort of, they'll probably just go on that top shelf if I'm being honest for now. And then I will sort that out at a later date. But for now, I just want to figure out which books are going. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's move over. So this is as high as my tripod will go. I know for a fact all of these books are staying. These are all Disney retellings. This shelf I fear have very similar feelings about. Like all of my PK Cast ones are staying. These are all staying. All my Cassandra Clare are 100% staying. So this shelf is also safe. Moving down to this shelf, again, I do think all of these are probably safe. So I've got Melissa K. Rorick, Penn Cole, Raven Kennedy, and Vivian Nicole. These are all safe. Again, I know I'm not going to be getting rid of any of these. Now for this shelf, I do have one book I know I'm going to get rid of, and that is this one here. I don't see myself ever reaching for it, so this is going to be the first to go. This bottom 2 shelves is where I think most of them are going to come from. I don't want to get rid of any of these. I didn't love these 2. Well, I read the first one and I wasn't obsessed. This is a series that I am umming and ahhing about as well. So these 2, I'm not loving. If I'm honest, I need to take one of these books out or these are going to get really damaged. I only bought these last time I went to 66 Books, so I don't know if I'm ready to get rid of them yet. I think I might have a little bit of a think about it, but they are on the maybe for now. I will see how I feel. And then moving along again, a few, like these are all safe, but a few of like these ones, I don't know how intrigued I am by them, so the rest are safe. Now this bottom shelf, I'm going to get rid of Scythe. I'm going to get rid of the whole series. I got them when I first went to 66 Books and I'm just not going to read them. I really like the idea of these books, but realistically, I just don't think I'm going to reach for them. So I'm going to be strict and I'm going to get rid of them. See, I'm doubting myself and now I'm looking at reviews while I decide what I want to do with them. They have amazing reviews. Now, they're going back on. God, I hate myself. I have no self-control. None at all. Okay, so I had intentions of being extremely strict on this. But then what I do is I start looking at reviews for the books I was planning to get rid of and see that they actually have really good reviews, and then I'm like, yeah, no, I can't part with that. And then for the next month I'll and ahh about reading it and then I'll never pick it up again. Because this is what I'm like. So I know that none of these top shelves are going. ACOTAR, any of my Sarah J Maas, all staying. All my Zodiac staying. All my Lauren Roberts staying. All my Rebecca Yarros staying. All my Cassandra Clare staying. They are all safe. Hydration break. It's all staying. All of this is also staying. I've got Erin Sterling, Lexi Ryan, Jennifer L. Armentrout, Lee Bardugo, Kerry Manistalco, all staying. This is a massive fail. All of my special editions are staying. I don't really need to look at that middle shelf at all. So my mystery thriller shelf are definitely at risk. Now I have soft DNF'd, I think, Frida McFadden books. All of them. But the thing is, I really enjoyed Neverlie, and I've read The Housemaid, The Tenant, and The Teacher, and I didn't really enjoy any of those, so I don't really know where I stand with this author. I've only had one that I've enjoyed, the rest I haven't really loved. I do want to keep this one. I want to keep my Jennifer L. Barnes one. I want to keep my Lisa Jewell. I really, really enjoyed these two. I didn't like this one. So again, I'm kind of torn. I've had some that have slapped and some that I've really, really not enjoyed. And then moving on, I still really want to read this. It's such an interesting concept. This one I loved, this one I loved. I've not read any of those, but I want to keep them. And I don't think I'm going to get rid of any of my Colleen Hoover books either. So this has been a massive fail because realistically, I'm not going to be getting rid of any of my romance books because I love them all. So all of these I do fear are staying. Yeah, they are. This is a massive fail. I was going to be so strict, and honestly I'm getting rid of one book because all of these are going nowhere. So that didn't go to plan. I was actually in the mood to be so strict, but I was going to get rid of Scythe. I was umming about the Four Horsemen series, but again, I'm intrigued by that one. I want to read a bit more about it before I figure out what I'm going to do, because I only actually bought those in like May. I thought about it, I tried, I failed, I'm sorry. Let's talk series tracker. So this is my series tracker. I haven't updated it since August, and it was sort of like mid-August, so I think I figured out what book I last read when I updated it. So I'm gonna start by adding my new books. Now I am just gonna add them to the bottom and then just organize it again alphabetically. So that's what I'm gonna do first. So Bloodwing Academy, and that's Briar Bolin, which is a fantasy. It's ongoing, and then we're gonna go through and do all the books that I've read. So Diamond, and again fantasy, ongoing. And at the moment, there is just one book out at the time of filming this. We also recently got Fearful by Lauren Roberts. So there's now 5 of those. Because I have included the novellas for that series, I don't know why. Fire and Metal, ongoing. There is one out at the moment. Sweetwater Peak, which is Lila Sage's new book. So that's Soul Searching. Paranormal romance, but it is a romance. I'm assuming it's an ongoing series. I don't know how many she's doing yet though. The War of Lost Hearts. This is Carissa Broadbent's new one, which is another romance one, which is ongoing. The question is, do I put the 3 books in now because it's being trad published? I'm just going to put 3. No, I'm not. I'm going to do them as they become available on paper, on hardback in the UK. So I'm going to do that one. Into Darkness. This is Nevessa Allen's series. We'll call it dark romance. It's ongoing. And at the minute there's 2 of those out, as far as I'm aware. And then Good Spirits by B.K. Borison is actually going to be a series, apparently. So again, we're going to put it as a romance. It's ongoing. But at the minute there is only one of them out. So this is all my new books. I don't think I've missed anything. I bought these a while ago, which concerns me that the other stuff I bought on that day isn't on here. And I can't remember what else I bought. It was in one of my videos, but I don't have the list anymore. I really need to start writing down what books I've bought. I do want to start updating this every month. So starting next year, I am actually going to do a reading journal. And I'll update that as part of this. So there we are. I think that is all my new series on there. If I've missed any off, let me know. Okay, so this is my series tracker as it stands at the moment. So I have 114 series. Yeah, I'm going to go through now and update for the books I have read this month. So the last time I updated it was mid-August, so I have read a lot of books since then. So I thought we could go through together now and add all the books on. So I'm just getting Goodreads up on my phone. I'm now on 64 books this year, and I think last time I did this I was on about 40. So I do have a fair few to add on. I have my list up here. So I have read Daughter of a Pirate King, and to be honest, I've read 2 of these. So I'm just going to do them both now. So this is in progress. And I've read 2 of them now, so that leaves me with 1 of those left. I have also read Out on a Limb, so we go here. This is now in progress. There's 2 books out, and I have read the first one. I then have Brutal Prince, which is the Brutal Birthright series, which is up here. So I have also started this. This is now in progress, and I've read 1 of them. This is going to be a very common theme of me starting lots of new series because I'm an arsehole. Love Arranged, which is part of the, I forgot what the series is called, the Lakefront Billionaires. So, Lakefront Billionaires, this is now a completed series, and I have now completed it. So there is 3 books, and I have read all 3 now. So this is now down to 0, so that's 1 ticked off, which makes me very, very happy. I've then read Fearful by Lauren Roberts. So we have Powerless. This is now officially a completed series and I've read all of them. So go me. Then Arcana Academy. This is still an ongoing series. I am up to date with it now because I have read the one book that is out, so that's another one ticked off. Then Daughter of a Siren Queen, but like I say, I've already marked that one, so that's this one here. I then have Riding the Line, which is from Silver Pine Ranch. This is an ongoing series and I am now up to date with this. I've put 3 there. It's not 3. The third one isn't out yet. There is 2 out and I've read the 2 that are out so far. So I'm up to date with that one. So I've read Rebel Witch now, which means I have officially completed this series, which again is another one ticked off, makes me very, very happy. Following that, I have the Fire and Metal series. So it's an ongoing series, but I am up to date because there is one book out and I have read it. Another one ticked off, smashing that. Then did my 24-hour reading challenge. So I have read The Coven, which is book 1 in the Coven of Bones series. This is now in progress. I already had one in it for some reason, so there's 2 books. I've read one of them. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. So there is now 2 in this series. I think it's now also a complete series, and I have read the first book. I've started a lot of series. This is really bad. I have Butcher and Blackbird, which is the Ruinous Love series, I think. Ruinous Love, yeah, so it's a completed series. I have read the first book. I really want to read the other ones. I really enjoyed that. I then read X-Hex, which isn't on here because I'm not going to be continuing on with the rest of the series, so I never added it on in the first place because I only have the first book. I then read Twisted Hate, which is the Twisted series by Anna Huang. Now this is in progress and I've read the first 3 now, so I only have one of those remaining. We're doing very well with that. I'm also rereading the City of Bones series by Cassandra Clare. Now that is on here, but obviously I've read this series before. It's a complete reread, so I'm not going to change anything on there. It still says 6 books on here, and it says that I've read the 6 books because I've read them previously, so I'm not going to include them in this. I then read Train in the Heart by Paisley Hope, which is the 2nd book in the Silver Pines series. Have I muddled those up? I did this wrong. That's very annoying. In progress, there is 3. Fuck's sake. So I read Train in the Heart, which means I've read 2 of the 3 books, but I have also read the 3rd one now. So I am actually up to date with this still. I'm lying. I am up to date with this still. I just updated the wrong one. So the other one is The Willow Ridge. So this one here. So this is the other one I was on about. So I read Riding the Line, which is book 2 in the Willow Ridge series. And the 2nd book, I'm still up to date actually. The 2nd book came out and I read it straight away. So that marks that one up to date as well. I also read Happy Place by Emily Henry, which is obviously a standalone, and then I've read On Wings of Blood by Briar Berlin, which is up here. So I am up to date with that. There is 1 book out so far and I have read it. So that marks everything updated, I believe. That is quite a lot of books to be added on, and I have now added all of those on. Okay, so I also want to just knock this as a soft DNF. So The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, I do want it at 0 and a 0 just because I don't want it to mark that I still have books to read in that series, because for some reason it doesn't take it off, and I've done the same with this one as well. So these are my numbers now. I have a lot of series that I am obviously in the middle of. I have 22 series up here, but this also does go from 16 to 20, which I think is really good going. So I'm not doing bad. I'm not doing bad at all, in my opinion. I think we're doing all right there. So this is all the series I am currently in the middle of, just to look at them all together at once sort of thing. There's definitely some on there that I don't see myself picking up anytime soon, if I'm completely honest. I also just want to add, because I now have the novella for that one, don't I? So we'll just add that on there like that. This is all the series that I said I'm in the middle of, so we have a lot. There's a few on there that I can definitely take off quite quickly if we just order them like this. So all of these, I only have sort of like 1 book left to read anyway. So I can definitely tick off a few quite quickly just to get my numbers down and numbers looking a bit better. That really quickly marks off quite a few books. I'm also just going to mark on here that this is also excluding the novellas, because I have read, oh, it's not my camera. I have read one of the 2 novellas that are out for that series anyway, so you shall mark that there. But yeah, that is my series tracker all up to date. So I've got 22 series that I still need to finish, but I want to try and keep that number under 25 if I can. I think that is going to be a good way of keeping it manageable. I want to get it under 20 ideally. I would like it under 10, but I definitely have a few that I can be cracking on with just to reduce that number. Like I said, all these only have 1 book remaining, so if I could get this under 20 before the new year, that'd be nice. I'm not gonna hold myself to that, but that would be ideal. So there you go, these are all the series I have completed and all the series I am up to date with as well. Let's just put them all back on for final glance. For some reason all the colours change when I move stuff. I don't know what I've done to this. I've clearly broke it at some point, but there we go. Okay, so that is everything for this video. Obviously my unhaul didn't quite go to plan. I definitely didn't get rid of any books, and I should have got rid of lots. So that was a bit of a flop, but I tried. I got rid of 1, which is better than none, and there's definitely like at least 9 books that I am on the fence about. We'll see how that goes. I might end up getting rid of those in the future anyway, but we'll just see how I feel when it comes to getting rid of them. I've enjoyed our little bookish day. I'm gonna go and sit downstairs on the sofa and read my book with James now as he continues to play his games. Since we've both got the day off and we've decided to have today as just like a chill day, it'd be nice to at least do our own thing together. So I'm gonna leave this here. We've done everything I wanted to do. We've been book shopping, I've showed you my new books, we've gone through my bookshelves and made sure there's none on there that can definitely leave, and also updated my series tracker, which is something I feel like I've been putting off for a while and that just really needed doing. That's definitely some jobs ticked off. I think that's everything. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, my social media, my Amazon wishlist, my Goodreads and my business email are all in the description bar below. And I really hope you're well. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.